Well, collectors, today we'll be talking about DC Multiverse, the Cyborg Superman from the Death and Return of Superman, not the Revenge of the Green Lanterns, because he was a part of that storyline, but he had a different costume at the time. But here we have the Cyborg Superman on the top, nada on the side. Cyborg Superman, DC Multiverse, the DC Infinite scan. And on the back, we get this nice piece of artwork for the Cyborg Superman. On this side, we get the Cyborg Superman Revenge of the Green Lanterns. The Return of the Yellow Lanterns. And here are the voids and the UPC code. So let's get him on the scale and see how much he weighs. So Cyborg Superman is coming in at 10.8 ounces. So let's get him off the scale and out of the box.
Hey, open, damn it, open!
So to get this Superman out of the box, all you simply do is cut this one piece of tape here, and then you will just dig in there and get that sucker opened. And then we'll just take this box here, pull it down, and we can see we get this backdrop with the card and the stand inside. So you'll just simply take those out and ruin this backdrop because, you know, why? All right, so here is the front of the card and the back. Very cool. Now he does have some clips here at the legs, hands, and chest. So we get the Snippy Clippy song. Snippy Clippy, Snippy Clippy, Snippy Clippy, snip the clips. And there we go. So very cool. We can then just pull these legs on out. And then take this hand and pop it on out, and soft goods cape. We do have these hand accessories, and here they are. So one for each hand, which is always nice. So here we have this detailed Superman. Yes, I am digging this guy. Very cool cape. No S on the back, though. But it's pretty nice. Now, if we flip it up, we get the rotation. Oh, we get the robot booty. Booty. And lots of great details in that back section. And the leg. Even the boot there. They couldn't save the boot, so they had to give him a metal one. Yep. All right. So we see this cool looking face for Superman. I am digging it. Definitely loving the Cyborg Superman. Loving the fact that it is two different colors in that eye. Very good looking chest. Looks like the Borg got a hold of this guy from Star Trek. Very nice looking details. I can see why people are falling in love with this figure. Now his head can look up so he can fly and see where he's going. A very cool feature that every Superman should have. He can look down pretty good. Right and left, great. Loving the side of that face. Now he does a nice T-pose, and one of the cool things that this round has had is these little details changed here. The shoulders now don't have a straight, it does dig in, so you get a little bit more bend here out of that arm, so you don't get the T-pose like this. You get a little bit more of a T-pose, which is very nice. Now this gap guard goes all the way around, and it does, yes, if you extend it out, you get a little gap there, but not bad at all. So he gets the bicep swivel, double bend in that elbow, and I'm noticing some parts here that could be painted silver for his underarm. Definitely paint that. We have the ball joint peg, one peg there, one peg here. It rotates around. Very nice. Other hand, just the same way. Now we do get this gray in here for the plastic. It is a little different, so might want to touch up that as well. We get these pegs that are the gray plastic with this also. So might want to find some silver that matches this silver. Paint it all up. Get a little bit of blue shading in there. You can't help that. You can definitely paint it again. Now he does have a ball joint here at the chest and one at the waist. You get full rotation for both of those. Very good split forward and back. Now we don't get a thigh rotation here. It looks like it, but it's not. It's just cut off. We do get a little bit of silver on this side. Double bend in the knee, and nice that there is a hole here. It's a one bend here, two bend over here. Very cool details to that. Even that hole just adds something. We get the ball jointed peg hinge. One peg goes into the leg, one peg goes into the ankle. Get forward and back rotation on that. Toe bend and a hole for the stand. Now the other foot has the bend as well. Let's say the double bend here for the knee. Oh, loving it. Loving the details, and this guy just looks great. Now, if I bring in other Superman, but first I've got to get this guy standing up. So I'm going to take the stand here so I can move my hands out of the way. We can bring in the Cyborg Superman that was prior to this, the one with this big old claw that we did see in the DC Rebirth series, which was fine. Every artist gets his own little save with Superman, so we can see the definitely different details. Tripping up on my words, but yeah. So we see, this Superman, his mouth was a little bit different than the classic looking Cyborg Superman. They both deserve a piece of your collection anyway. But then we have Superman here. Very classic looking Superman. And we can see how they stack up. Now, not the same mold as this one, but I just like this Superman because he is classically, like he is normally drawn, this big old S here. Not the smaller S. But if we want to go with this version, which is the return, where the blue was a little bit lighter and he is definitely bulked up. I definitely love the fact that he came with crypto. His hair was longer, so it's that. But yeah, so it's your choice of which Superman you'd like to have fight this one. Me, I like the shiny S. I also like this version or some of the other Superman, but this is not a Superman review, it's a Cyborg Superman review. So here we have this Cyborg Superman, and he will crush every hero on Earth. So remember, as always, to like, subscribe, and keep